King Charles has joked he felt slightly anxious about his crown wobbling off during his coronation last spring.
Yes, his comments were made during an upcoming documentary called Coronation Girls, which follows the story of 50 young Canadian women who were sponsored to sail all across the Atlantic to attend the late Queen's coronation in the summer of 1953.
Well, let's get the thoughts from Ingrid Seward this morning, who is an expert in all matters royal about this, editor-in-chief, of course, at Majesty magazine. Good morning to you. It turns out that the King's pre-match nerves was something that his mother also experienced. I'm absolutely loving this anecdote about bath time. Tell us exactly what he revealed.
Well, what King Charles revealed was that his mother had a similar sort of dilemma when, before she was going to be crowned, because the St Edward's crown is so heavy. It's got a solid gold sort of base and it weighs 5 pounds, that she was told she had to practice wearing it. And so she used to wear it in the evenings. And when she came to visit the children in their bath time, that was Anne and Charles, she would wear the crown. And Charles has a very distinct early memory, and he remembers this really clearly. And then the other thing he said, which was very sweet, was that he also remembered what he was wearing at the coronation, because he was taken there by his nanny and looked after by the Queen Mother. But one thing that really bothered him, over the years he's mentioned it a lot, is that the barber at Buckingham Palace put some sort of oil on his hair. And if you look at the pictures of Charles at the coronation, you can see that he's doing that with his hair and then talking to his grandmother, because it was the smell of the sort of pomade or whatever they put on his hair that was really absorbing him.
Ingrid, what,
you can imagine.
Sorry to sound a bit ignorant. What was the point of the oil to make sure
smooth it down?
Oh, right.
Well, in the 50s, little boys' hair was sort of really flattened. And it had to look very, very smart. So it was like a sort of brill cream, I imagine.
Oh, okay.
And he just had his hair cut, and then they put this pomade on it, and that's really occupied him for the most of the time he was at the coronation service.
Meanwhile, at his coronation, I don't know about you, I was quite preoccupied by whether or not the crown was going to wobble, and also on Queen Camilla's head. A couple of times they did look a bit jaunty. I almost wanted someone to sort of straighten them up, because I was worried there were going to be memes and things. It's no easy business, is it, being a monarch?
No, and I believe that Charles and Camilla practiced, walking around with sort of bags of flour or something of that weight on their heads to get used to this huge weight of the crowns and the wobble of it. I think that the Archbishop of Canterbury, when he actually placed the crown on Charles's head, he did adjust it slightly. He had to adjust it, and because it's got to be absolutely right, or else it is going to wobble. And Charles obviously worried about it throughout parts of the ceremony.
Yeah, I just love that colour about Charles and Anne having a bath and his mother coming in wearing the crown to practice. It's just, great, a great piece of colour.
Doesn't that happen to you in your bath times?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, all the time. Let's talk about Prince William. He's been, over the weekend, he's been at the Notre Dame opening. He was, I guess, one of the first major Brits before our Prime Minister even to meet the incoming US President Donald Trump. The Mail today, there's a spread suggesting, could William be our secret trick to build ties with Donald Trump and his administration? And also, he's been echoing his late mother, Princess Diana. He's been serving food at a homeless shelter, the same one, actually, Ingrid, that she took him to as a boy.
Well, certainly, I think that William's meeting with Donald Trump was very interesting. They sat in a sort of presidential way in what looked like a sort of special suite. I thought they'd just be shaking hands at Notre Dame, but there it was a proper meeting. And I think that certainly, I think the whole royal family are very vital in our special relation, or the special relationship that the government hope that we will have with Trump's administration, because he loves the royal family, absolutely loves them.
Well, you say he loves the royal family, not all of them. I mean, he's been gunning for William's brother, hasn't he? And he famously said over the weekend, or infamously said, and I might be slightly misquoting it, but this one's the good one, about William.
Oh, really?
Do you think the matter of Harry might have come up in their private conversations?
No, I wouldn't have thought so for a moment. This is diplomacy, absolutely not. But I think it might have given William a bit of a kick to know that he was annoying his brother by sitting with his arch enemy Trump.
OK, well, it's a stark contrast as well. William's life path, you know, he's meeting heads of state, as you've just alluded to, Ingrid. He's getting down, he's knuckling on with work, he's being the prince that the UK wants and loves him to be, whereas Harry, you know, doing his own thing in America, I guess more inclined to stay in the celeb circuit.
Well, I mean, Harry's made his life in America, and he said recently, you know, how happy he is there, and he was saying everything, you know, is absolutely great in his marriage. They're just doing different things at different times, which is, you know, what the royal family normally do. They can't all be stuck together the whole time. And as we saw William visiting the homeless shelter again that his mother originally took him to, but homeless is a really big project for William, and he's vowed that he's going to try and do what he can to get rid of the homeless problem within 5 years, which I very much doubt if he'll be able to do, but he's giving it his very best effort.
Yeah. Just finally, Princess of Wales had a busy week last week, the most we've seen of her since what's been an awful year for her. When do we expect to see her again? Will that be it for now until probably Christmas Day? And are they going to Sandringham, or what's the plan, do you know?
Well, they live at Anne Hall, you know, in the holiday times, which is on the Sandringham estate, part of the Sandringham estate. So they will definitely be there, and they will certainly be there on Christmas Day. I suspect that might be the moment we see them, unless we see her driving to the family lunch at Buckingham Palace, which they have every year. So we might see her through a car window, but I think the next time we see her properly will be Christmas Day.
OK.
Ingrid Seward, Editor-in-Chief of Majesty Magazine, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was a funny meme of Donald Trump shaking hands with Prince William, and somebody captioned Trump saying, "We're sending Harry back," and William replies, "Please don't."
What do you think of the beard?
Say that again, sorry.
Prince William's beard.
Oh, yeah, I clocked it earlier. I think it suits him.
Oh, it's annoying me, I have to say.
I think because
fan.
he obviously is lacking a bit on top, I think it gives it a nice balance.
I'm not sure. Jury's out on that one. Let us know what you think on that. In the meantime...